welcome back to Body Haven Soaps. My name is Darlene and I am the owner and creator of Body Haven Soaps. On this channel I go over my recipes with you, tips and tricks of how I make my products, how I store my products. I will get into packaging products and stuff. I have a whole list of things people would like to see, so those are coming up. I also go over my business, different aspects as far as selling, storage, shelf life, products, ingredients that we buy, all of that kind of thing. So if that's something that interests you, please feel free to subscribe and follow along so you're notified when a new video comes up. Today's video is going to be on my Rosemary Mint Extreme Moisturizing Conditioner Bar. Now, I use this in coordinates with my packages for my detox shampoo bar, and then I do sell them separately as well. It is just an extreme moisture conditioner bar, and you can put whatever fragrance you want in, whatever essential oils. You can exchange things in and out, but I will go over the recipe with you, why I use the certain ingredients that I use in it. And if that is something that interests you, we'll get into that. Alright, so the first thing is we're going to get all of our heat phase all into our little bowl here. We're going to put this on a double boiler to melt it down like I normally do. As you guys know from my other recipes, it's the way I prefer to do it, especially if I'm using butters. Okay, so the main ingredients for the base of this is going to be our BTMS 50 and our Cetyl Alcohol. That is what's going to, they do bring some conditioning properties, but that is what we are going to be used to solidify that bar to make the conditioner bar. Okay, so BTMS 50, it is the emulsifier and adds the hardness to the bar. Okay, and this is the bowl that I'm going to use. So inside this bowl, I have 255 grams of BTMS 50. Okay, so this adds conditioning properties to our hair and helps emulsify the conditioner when the bar comes in contact with water. Okay, then we're going to add our Cetyl Alcohol. Now, as we've discussed before, Cetyl Alcohol is very conditioning. Okay, it helps with rinse off so that when you rinse this out of your hair, it's not leaving a whole lot of buildup behind. You'll notice that when you're using the conditioner bars that you don't end up with that heavy feel of buildup on your hair. Okay, and it also helps to harden the bar. So we have equal parts, so we have 255 grams of the Cetyl Alcohol. So okay, and that is the base of our furbing agent within this recipe. Okay, next we are going to add in our butters. Now I have mango butter and shea butter. I'm just going to spill stuff. Okay, so with the mango butter and shea butter, you guys, as I said, this is an extremely moisturizing conditioner bar. So mango butter is a great conditioning, moisturizing product. But it absorbs a little bit nicer into the skin. It's a faster absorbing, and it's going to rinse off a little bit nicer in the hair. We do want the shea in there that does have a lot more moisturizing than the mango. Not that mango's not good, but we don't want a lot of shea butter in there because we don't want that greasy feel in the hair when this one absorbs into the scalp nicely. So lots of moisture. It's going to add shine to the hair, and it's going to add moisture to the scalp as well. And so our mango butter, it is 102 grams of mango butter that we're putting in here. Okay, and then for the shea butter, it's great hydrator. As I said, there's lots of minerals and vitamins in shea butter and mango butter as well. With the shea butter, you guys, we're adding 17 grams of shea butter in here. So we want to add that moisture, but we don't want to have that greasy feel in our hair afterwards. Okay, so that was 17 grams of shea butter. Now, The oil that we're going to use is going to be jojoba oil. It's really close to our own oil production, so it's very close to our own skin oils. It's not known to clog up pores. It's a lightweight oil. Jojoba oil is full of nutrients and vitamins that are really good for the hair, and I always want to call it jojoba oil. It is jojoba oil. I give you guys something to laugh at when I'm making my videos. Alright, so anyways, for the jojoba oil, we're going to add 113 grams, so a fair bit, but this is going to be extremely moisturizing. Okay, as I said, it's rich in that vitamin E and antioxidants. It's going to help with itching of the scalp and any dry scalp irritation that there may be. So it is an excellent oil to add in here, and we are going to put in 113 grams. Let's make sure we get all of that out. So as I said, this is a very extreme moisturizing conditioner, so you'll notice there's a lot more in it than my other recipes as they come out, but this, I love using this in my hair, especially in the winter time when you're in that cold or you have that dry heat in the house and the cold makes your hair brittle. This is amazing conditioner bar. All right, so that is going to be our meltdown, our heated phase. So we're going to melt this down. So we're going to set this onto the double boiler, and I already have that heated up. So we are going to allow that to melt. In the meantime, we will mix all of our cool down. We'll just use, because I'm trying to bring a lot of properties to restore moisture and health and help with those split ends and brittle hair. Okay, so in this bowl here, okay, I have aloe vera juice. Now we put aloe vera juice in our shampoo, or aloe vera powder, sorry, in our shampoo bar, but I'm going to use the aloe vera juice in this. With the aloe vera, you guys, it is going to be very helpful with dead skin cells and helping heal that scalp. It's very conditioning to the skin, and it prevents that itching scalp. Okay, reduces dandruff, that kind of stuff. So this is, majority of the aloe vera is for scalp health. Okay, and then we got our DL-panthenol, which you've seen me use many times before. This is loaded with your vitamin Bs and extremely good for the hair. There's lots of products you guys have seen probably in the stores and stuff as well that say, you know, with the added vitamin Bs, that is DL-panthenol that's in those products, okay? And with the DL-panthenol, you guys, we are going to put, oh, just wait, sorry about that. The aloe vera juice is 42 grams. So I have 42 grams of aloe vera juice in here, okay? And then with the DL-panthenol, I have 17 grams. And I'm going to put it in here and dissolve it in here. We want to make sure we get that all dissolved because it does like to clump up. So make sure you give that a good stir. You can always get my little whizzy tool. That's dissolving nicely. Alright, so that was our DL-panthenol. That's going to add strength to the hair follicles, and it's going to add a lot of vitamin B. Okay, so now that this is the DL-panthenol is all dissolved in there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in the next one, which is Neossance. I'll spell it up on the screen, you guys. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it is naturally derived, it is sustainable, and it replaces the silicone that you find in most conditioners. This works like a silicone, but it's not a silicone. And this prevents us from having to use that silicone in our conditioner bar. I'll spell it up on the screen. We are using 14 grams. Okay, so we're going to put that in there. Okay, and then we are going to add Glycerine. So vegetable glycerin, it is a humectant, and it helps attract moisture to the hair, so that's why we were putting this in there. And we're going to put 14 grams of vegetable glycerin in here. And give that a little bit of a stir. I'm just going to stir my pot on the double boiler here. So the next ingredient that I'm going to add in, you've seen me use this one before, okay? And that is going to be the Stephanquat. It's derived from sunflowers. It is amazing for the hair, okay? It soothes the individual hair strands, makes the hair strands super soft. It's very luxurious feeling, okay? It provides really good combability when you're brushing out your hair. Excellent detangler, okay? And it's going to make those hair strands feel nice and soft and conditioned. So we are putting in 9 grams of the Stephanquat, okay? So that is 9 grams, and we're going to pour that in there. And then our silk amino acids, okay? So with our silk amino acids, you guys, you've seen me use liquid silk before. With the silk amino acid, it helps repair, strengthen the hair, okay? It absorbs really readily into the hair strand, so it gets deep into the hair strand. And it is also a humectant, so that will add a lot to this conditioner. So I don't know if you guys have ever used a conditioner bar before, but you'll notice that you use way less product in your hair. So a conditioner bar goes a long ways. We tend, when we use the bottled stuff, to use way too much. We actually waste a lot of product. So if you've never tried a conditioner bar and you have the ability to go out and try one, okay, it would be worth trying, okay? That's just my personal opinion though. Alright, now the other thing that I'm going to add in here, now I usually use chamomile extract, the liquid in here. I'm going to try the powder one in here this time, but if you have the liquid, it works really well in here. I'm going to try this powder though in here and see how that turns out. If it doesn't turn out great, I guess I have a lot of high moisturizing conditioner bars. I'm sure that it'll work out as far as the formula goes, because I'm not changing the formula. I'm still using the chamomile. But it may have a lot of specks in it, so we're going to see how that goes. So I am putting in 9 grams of the chamomile extract. So I'm actually putting in 5 grams of the powder, but if you guys use the liquid, put in 9 grams of the liquid chamomile. This should dissolve pretty good, and it probably won't. You leave that many flecks on me. Okay guys, I'm just going to use my little whizzer here too, and I've decided that I'm just going to keep calling this the little whizzer because I've done it so many times on my videos now. It's just going to stick. I'm not going to forget it. But I'm going to use that, and I'm just going to give this a little bit of a whiz here, and get that all combined. I don't think, you know, because I am going to color this green, that I don't think that chamomile extract is really going to show up too much. Alright, I am going to get my fragrance oil and my micas in here. This is still melting down a bit. Okay, so we are going to use the Titan Teal from Mad Mica. And I'm going to dissolve it into here. Now I don't want to use too much, it's just to color the bar, so I'm going to put one of these scoops in and just see where that gets us. So while we're mixing in the rest of that, in here is my fragrance. So I'm using essential oils, and I'm using the peppermint and rosemary. I'm calling this my rosemary mint extreme conditioner bar. And once again, you guys, we went over peppermint is got the antifungal properties. Rosemary is really good for scalp health. They both bring circulation to the scalp. So they're kind of, and they're really good for the hair. So I am putting in a total of 17 grams. And I did half and half rosemary and peppermint. Okay, we're going to put this all together now. And then that's all of our ingredients for our cool down, except for our preservative, which we will put in after our product gets to a certain temperature. So I will bring you back once my emulsifiers and oils are all melted and butters are all melted down, and we'll throw this together. Okay guys, all of my emulsifiers and oils are melted down. Now this recipe does solidify quite quickly. Okay, we're going to give this a little bit of a mix to make sure that it's all mixed up, and then we are going to introduce all of that into there. Now remember, we haven't put our preservative in here for the reason being that this mixture is still too hot. So we're just going to dump this in, and you'll see this will solidify quite quickly, guys. So that's why we keep our double boiler on for this recipe. And you're going to stir this in. And you may have to put this back on the double boiler, but we're just going to mix this in. I'm going to check the temperature. So with this recipe, you guys, it is really good to use a high temperature, a higher temperature preservative. Okay. So this is nice and hot, and it's all nice and melted down. Now this isn't a pour spout, so I do want to put it in this Pyrex glass. When I do put it in there, I can set this glass in the double boiler, or you can use that in the microwave to keep it at that solidified stage. Now this is cool enough that I can put my preservative in. So with the preservative, you guys, I am doing 9 grams. Okay, of the Optiphen Plus. Now, if you're using a different preservative, that's fine. Just make sure that it's compatible in the recipe that you're using. So with oils and waxes for that emulsification process, and that you're using the right percentage. If you're using Optiphen Plus, it is 9 grams. And we're going to make sure that we give this a good stir to get it all in there. And I have this way below temperature. I have it at 110 right now. So it can be a little hotter. You can see how it's starting to solidify. And that's okay. I can just set it back on my double boiler. I just want to make sure that I get this all mixed in there. I'm going to pour it into here, and you're going to see how fast this does solidify. Try not to dye my counter green. Okay, so you're going to see how fast this does solidify, but I'm just going to put this back into the double boiler, and then I can heat it back up. But you'll see it will cool off rather quickly as I pour it in there. Not too bad. Just scrape out all of this, and I can see it's solidifying in there as it cools. So this sets up fairly quickly. And as I said, you could do this in the microwave in just 30-second bursts to get it where you want it. I'm going to set this into, you can see it setting up on the sides, guys. So I'm going to set this back into my double boiler for a little bit, watching the temperature, and then I will come back and we will pour this. Okay guys, so I have 6 of my larger ones to go with my 6 activated charcoal larger ones that I did, and then I will do some smaller round ones to go with my sample sets. And that is our conditioner bars. These are going to sit probably 4 or 5 hours before I can unmold them. I'm just going to spray them with rubbing alcohol to make sure I bring all the bubbles to the top. And we just let these sit. Okay, I will come back when these are ready to be unmolded, and I'll show you what they look like. Okay guys, so these have dried overnight, so they are definitely ready to take out of the molds. I just called her a day yesterday, but simply, this is a fairly firm mold that I get. But it's long lasting. I love this mold. I'm just going to pop those out, and then I set them. They're quite soft yet, so you're going to let them set up for a couple days before I package them, because there is a lot of those skin loving oils in there. Now this is a fairly firm mold, so it takes a little bit to get it out. Is the end product, and I allow these to set up. They're still a little bit damp underneath because of these molds here. Remember, we did use that aloe vera juice in these, so I'm going to let these set up until tomorrow, and then I will package and label them. So that is our video on our extreme moisturizing peppermint mint conditioner. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and have a great day.